Hello, I just wanted to make a video to show some ideas of how you can use some of the functionality of Teams to create some good peer assessment opportunities and good opportunities for collaboration within students. So first thing that you would want to do is set up some channels. There's a different video about that, but you can see here for my students in my grade 11 class, I've got 3 different groups set up. I also already gave them the task that they need to do, and that was last week. I gave them a task which was to create a stop motion animation showing the sequences that happen when a muscle fibre contracts, but really the task can be absolutely anything. My idea is that in a classroom what I would want them to do is be filling out some kind of peer assessment or self-assessment form, and they will be working in groups together to be able to do that, and then I will look at the results of their peer assessment afterwards. So they're getting the opportunity to talk to their peers about their own assignments that they've done, but then they're also seeing some examples that other people have done as well. So I will be using 2 features. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the document that the students will use for their peer assessment. And I'm going to do that using Microsoft Forms. So within Forms, I actually used a form this time and not a quiz. I didn't want it to be something that was graded. So I press New Form, and then I'll just show you what I created. Some of the students couldn't upload the video, so I've given a space here where they could put a link if they wanted to. And then this was the mark scheme. So they had the mark scheme already for an exam question, and their stop motion animation had to show the sequences of the mark scheme. So this really could be anything, any kind of criteria that you have used in the task that the students know. What it gives is just a checklist so they can tick all of the things that they wanted to show. What I said in the assignment is that think of it as an 8-mark exam question. So really I want them to be showing 8 of these things in their stop motion animation. Also down here, I wanted them to give a what went well or a few what went wells and even better ifs. So what could they do to improve? What was really good about their assignment, and then what could they do to improve? And I want that to come from their peers. So although each student is completing this for themselves, I want them to get information from other people in their group. Okay, so I'll just show you how I would add that on Teams. How that would be a form for them to fill in on Teams. Okay, so once I've created that document in my Microsoft Forms channel, if I come to Teams and I go to Assignments, and then I can say Create, and if I say from Quiz, I can choose the form that I've made already. So I would choose that stop motion animation peer assessment form, and it would bring that into Teams for me. I actually already did that earlier today, so you can see that the form is sitting there. Then the students were in their groups. So within their groups, I gave them these instructions to start a call, have a chat, say hello to each other, because they haven't really had a lot of time to collaborate with each other. And then gave them instructions about each of them has to take over the screen, show their animation, and then complete their self-assessment form. Okay, so if I just go back, I can show you what one of those assignments looks like from a student perspective. So if I just look at this one here. So you can see that the student has checked off the parts that are shown on their stop motion animation. So there's a clearly labelled sarcomere, thin actin fibres and thick myosin fibres, calcium binding to troponin. And here there's the what went well and the even better if. So here I think this is a really high quality one. Be clear about how tropomyosin and troponin move. And then a more general one, maybe talk over the video to talk about the actions and some more information to go with the diagrams. So during that lesson, I can pop into their channel. Whenever there is a video chat happening, you see a video icon here. So I could go in, I could join their video conversation if they had any questions. But it was an hour-long lesson. I did a lot of preparation, but then the lesson really ran itself, and they were able to really dig deep and give each other some high-quality feedback. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope that was helpful.